When we think of Coca Cola, we often imagine joyful polar bears, iconic Santa Claus ads, or the unmistakable red cans that have become a symbol of American culture. However, behind the vibrant image of one of the world's most beloved beverages lies a darker, more complex history. From its humble beginnings as a medicinal tonic to its role in environmental damage and labor exploitation, Coca-Cola's journey to global dominance has been anything but innocent. Today, we'll dive into the shadowy side of Coca-Cola, examining its controversial roots, aggressive marketing strategies, and unethical practices that have affected millions of lives worldwide. Coca-Cola's origins and Asa Candler building a beverage empire. Coca-Cola's story began in 1886 when a pharmacist named John Stith Pemberton in Atlanta, Georgia, developed a syrup that was meant to be a cure-all tonic for various diseases. Pemberton's original formula included two key ingredients: coca leaves, from which cocaine is obtained, and cola nuts, which provided caffeine. The combination of these two stimulants, along with sugar and other additives, created a drink that was marketed as a thrilling beverage that could help with fatigue, headaches, and even weakness. At the time, the presence of cocaine wasn't seen as problematic. It was considered a beneficial ingredient and was used in a variety of tonics and medicines. Pemberton, who himself was battling a morphine addiction, used the drink as a form of self-medication, but he wasn't able to turn it into a major commercial success. After Pemberton's death in 1888, a businessman named Asa Candler saw the potential in the formula and bought the rights to it for only $2,300. Candler was not just a pharmacist, but also a clever marketer, and he quickly realized that Coca-Cola could be more than just a local drink. It could become a national sensation. Candler began to aggressively market the drink, distributing free samples and putting up the Coca-Cola logo on everything from soda fountains to clocks to calendars. He knew the power of branding and made Coca-Cola a household name by saturating the market with its image. However, there was growing concern over one ingredient: cocaine. One serving of Coca-Cola contained an average of 9 milligrams of cocaine in each serving. By the early 20th century, public opinion of cocaine had shifted. Once considered a harmless stimulant, it was now recognized as addictive and dangerous. Coca-Cola quietly removed the cocaine from its formula in 1904, replacing it with a secret combination of other flavorings, sugar, and caffeine. While the removal of cocaine helped Coca-Cola align with changing public attitudes, the addictive elements of the drink didn't disappear. The company had simply replaced one addictive substance with another, sugar and caffeine, which laid the foundation for a different kind of consumer dependence. Aggressive marketing strategies, health benefits, or health risks. One of Coca-Cola's most significant advantages in its early years was its aggressive and clever marketing. Under Asa Candler's leadership, the company didn't just sell a drink, it sold a lifestyle. Coca-Cola was initially marketed as a medicinal tonic with supposed health benefits that could cure everything from fatigue to headaches. Candler distributed free samples and promotional items, making sure that Coca-Cola was visible in every soda fountain and corner drugstore. The company was quick to claim that its drink was not only refreshing, but also healthy. Advertisements proclaimed Coca-Cola as a tonic that could boost energy and improve health, creating an emotional connection with consumers who believed they were drinking something that was good for them. During World War II, Coca-Cola's marketing strategy took a bold step forward. The company struck a deal with the U.S. government to provide the drink to American soldiers stationed overseas, securing limitations from sugar rationing, which allowed Coca-Cola to continue producing its drink when other industries were cutting back. This partnership wasn't just about patriotism, it was a clever business move that helped Coca-Cola expand its global reach. The company built bottling plants in war zones and made sure that U.S. soldiers could get a Coke no matter where they were stationed. Coca-Cola also provided drinks to Nazi soldiers, further expanding its presence in Europe. By the end of the war, Coca-Cola had established itself as an international brand, recognized and loved by people all over the world. But it also raised ethical questions about its business practices. The situation in Mexico has been similarly terrible. In some regions, Coca-Cola has become so rooted in daily life that it is often more accessible and sometimes even cheaper than clean drinking water. The over-extraction of water for Coca-Cola's bottling plants has led to water shortages in communities that are already vulnerable to drought and water scarcity. The environmental cost of Coca-Cola's production has become a significant issue in many parts of the world. Labor exploitation, Coca-Cola's darkest allegations. Coca-Cola's controversial practices extend beyond environmental concerns. the company has faced serious allegations of labor exploitation, particularly in Latin America, where its operations have been linked to violent attacks on workers. In Colombia, Coca Cola has been accused of hiring paramilitary death squads to intimidate and murder union leaders who were organizing for better working conditions at Coca Cola's bottling plants. In the 1990s and early 2000s, several union leaders at Coca Cola bottling plants in Colombia were kidnapped, tortured, and killed by paramilitary groups. These groups were allegedly hired by Coca Cola's local bottling contractors to suppress union activities and maintain control over the workforce. Although Coca Cola has denied any involvement in these crimes, the allegations sparked international outrage and led to a series of lawsuits against the company. Human rights organizations and labor unions have called for boycotts of Coca Cola products, and the case remains a black mark on the company's reputation. While Coca Cola has never been officially convicted in court for these allegations, the company's relationship with labor in Latin America has continued to raise ethical concerns. The accusations of violence and intimidation highlight a darker side of Coca Cola's business practices, where profit often takes priority over human rights and worker safety, targeting youth and obesity. Sweet temptation. One of Coca Cola's most concerning practices is its never-ending targeting of children and teenagers through its marketing campaigns. The company has long understood that building brand loyalty at a young age can lead to lifelong consumers. To achieve this, Coca Cola has marketed its sugary drinks directly to young audiences, sponsoring school events and sports programs, and even funding research that downplays the negative health effects of sugary beverages. However, Coca Cola's aggressive marketing to youth has been linked to the growing global obesity epidemic. Studies have shown that regular consumption of sugary drinks like Coca Cola increases the risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. In response to growing public health concerns, Coca Cola has funded research that shifts the blame for obesity away from sugary drinks and onto a lack of exercise. In many schools around the world, Coca Cola has been criticized for placing vending machines and sponsoring events, making it easy for children to access sugary sodas. Public health supporters have called for stricter regulations on the marketing of sugary drinks to children, but Coca Cola has continued to find ways to reach younger consumers, ensuring that its brand remains a standard in the lives of future generations.
We knew that millions would prefer it, and millions do. And we knew that it would beat the taste of our major competitor, and it does. What we didn't know was how many...
Coca-Cola may be one of the world's most popular and recognizable brands, but its history is far from squeaky clean. From its origins as a cocaine-laced tonic to its role in depleting water resources and exploiting labor in developing countries, Coca-Cola's success has often come at the expense of people and the planet. While the company has made efforts to clean up its image in recent years, the controversies surrounding its business practices cannot be ignored. So, the next time you reach for a bottle of Coca-Cola, it's worth remembering the real cost of that refreshing sip. Behind the brand's smiling ads and nostalgic commercials lies a complex web of exploitation, environmental harm, and corporate greed.